both locations. Okay, good evening, good evening, good evening. It is 8:02 by my reckoning. I am Ian, this is my son.
I'm Jordan, what's going on?
We are of Big Family Life in the Simpson Family Home and 4Fs with the Simpson Family. The 4Fs representing faith, family, food, and fitness. Faith because we believe we can do all things through Him who loves us. Family because aside from God, there's nothing more important on this earth. Food because food is medicine, and fitness because we believe overall that wellness can be achieved by maintaining and pursuing and maintaining a strong mind, soul, and body. Hence the 4Fs, and we're just over here using the 4F system to manifest our best lives. This is a segment that we call Real Talk, and tonight is another. Normally, my wife is here with me, and as I know, we'd said in last night's segment that we were going to do a follow-up this evening, and we hope to get back to that as yet. However, life got in the way a little bit, and so we're doing another episode of Basketball Diaries this evening, and we're back with GQ Jordie here. And if I remember, before I get too far into it, I've had this for a while here, and I just wanted to show you all this because this is pretty awesome. It's a paper plate. It's not, but it's Ryder painted this for me. Ryder is our 13-year-old teenage boy who has a voice like Barry Sanders all of a sudden. That kind of happened overnight, and you know, he just painted, and I just thought that was just a wonderful piece of abstract art. Like, his sisters are very artistic. However, you know, he painted this, and I just wanted to give him a shout out. I paid him for that, because you know we do that in the Simpson family home. We when our children encourage them to generate revenue. I mean, yeah, why not him? Why can't he be a famous artist or whatever? I mean, I think I got it cheap. I got it for like $10. I think I got that on the cheap, because if I were to buy that in a studio, that would cost a lot more than $10. So, all right, back to the. That was just pouring into Ryder a little bit. Great job on that. That's beautiful. Back to the Basketball Diaries. And now, if you remember, the last time we were here with GQ Jordie, we got up to about grade 11. Basketball, frame up, please, son. Yeah. Basketball in grade 11. So that's pretty much where we are. And I think that's what we're going to pick up. Go.
Word. We got to grade 11 because we were talking about the season ending due to COVID. So we remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't have our provincials.
Okay.
And then the off season came, and from the off season to now, I haven't played ball for a team because of COVID. I don't even go to school. I just do it all online.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really just trying to a year of just catching my body up to where I can do the things I want to do on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked really well. I caught up to everyone else pretty fast. And just chilling in the basement, dribbling the ball, I do that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I practice my handles most of the time. And just recently, the gyms opened back up. So that was pretty nice. We did just some one-on-one time, two-on-one time, stuff like that. And now that it's nice out again, we can start going to Stanley and getting runs in there. So that's pretty cool. And eventually, when it gets nicer out, it's not that nice yet. There'll be some better runs down at Dakota, places like that.
Now, your basketball journey, I think, was completely different. It's completely different from your brother's. Your brother had. Hey, Eric, thanks for stopping in, man. God bless you. Your brother, he's been working at his particular craft since he was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's been a long, hard grind, right? And now you picked up basketball very late in the day,
mm-hmm.
right? And I mean, it's so interesting because, like, he's literally a human cheat code, right? Like, I mean, he just does things he's not really supposed to be able to do. However, as long as he can conceptualize it, so for him, it's about just getting the mental reps. You know what I mean? Getting the hey Jay, how you doing? God bless you. Thanks for stopping in, homie. Getting those mental reps, and I've never really seen anything like it. Being able to just do something from visualizing it, right? We went the teardrop, for instance. So you guys know what I'm talking about. The teardrop is a shot that they say that you shouldn't use it in a game unless you've practiced it about 10,000 times. You've taken that particular shot 10,000 times in the gym, and that means now you're somewhat proficient, and you can now take that shot in a game situation. So when we went out to shoot the first time. Weston was open, and somebody went through the trouble. It's cold, but somebody went through the trouble of shoveling off all the snow and ice on the half court, so we were able to get a couple of shots up. And all of a sudden, he decided that he was. I saw him working on the teardrop, and I mean, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's 9,999. 9,998 because that it looks like it's an easy shot, but it's a very difficult. It's more of a push than it is a traditional shot, because you have to get the ball. The idea is to get the ball up over the 7-foot defender. So just working on his game. And so what's next for Jordan? What's next as far as you're gonna graduate? Very hard in game, fact. You're gonna graduate. You'll graduate bilingual. Congratulations on that. That is fantastic. That is something that you will have for the rest of your life, and you should be very much so. You got to have some touch. You got to have some touch if you want to be able to master that shot. You will have that bilingual designation, and you will be able to carry that for the rest. And that's very important, because Canada is officially a bilingual country, right? Mm-hmm. So that is very, very important. Congratulations on that. You will graduate bilingual. You'll also graduate where are you? Your I know where you are, but however, where are you? You'd say your grades. Where are you? How are you going to graduate?
Pretty out of the blue. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure my grade 11 and 12 years really matter, right?
They all matter, son. I mean, they do. They do.
Yeah, but it looks pretty good. Got 70 plus.
Mm-hmm. And that's the information I got from your counselor. I mean, your counselor, his words were he would be very surprised if you didn't qualify academically for the programs that you were interested in. And that's a huge relief, because, I mean, and young athletes, if this should happen to reach some young athletes out there, the things you need to take care of absolutely are your grades before anything else. Before anything else, if you do not qualify academically for that scholarship, nothing else matters. Now you're burning time at a junior college or at a tier 2 program, because you have to get the required credits to be able to qualify to attend a university. So that is the most important piece in all of this, is that you have to ensure your grades have to be right. It's a different day. So I'm very encouraged that you are able to, that you handled that part of your responsibility, because you got to be there anyways, right? Mm-hmm. So you might as well, do well. Do well. All right, go. Where are we going with your basketball diaries tale? Where are we going?
It's a great question. Now we just onwards and upwards. Time to go. We got a couple tryouts, right?
We're gonna be traveling this summer. We're absolutely gonna be traveling this summer. As to, again, we're waiting on COVID.
Yeah.
Right. That's yeah. The restrictions and so on and so forth. Jay said basketball is right to get to the educational period. NBA doesn't happen for
I think you meant to say very many.
Yeah, but education, a good job can happen. Facts. The NBA, that's the thing, right? I mean, basketball, thank you, Jay. Basketball can be an opportunity to get a quality education from a quality, reputable establishment, and which translates into a quality life. The NBA doesn't have to be the end goal and end all and be all for it. You know what I mean? It's that education piece that's really, really important. The opportunity to just, get that diploma, because it's going to make a difference. It's going to make a real difference in your life. You know what I mean? And that's 1%. 1% of all athletes make it to the pros. That's across all platforms, right? That is a small number. And that's not to discourage you or to throw water on your dream. Absolutely not. Or even to say, well, better make sure there's a plan B. That's not it. All I'm suggesting is that, if you don't make it, don't have gone to that college experience and come out of that with nothing to show for it. Worse if you go and you get injured. God forbid you should get injured. Have something to show for it. You're there. Avail yourself of the opportunity. As I've said in the past, the talents that God gives is not for us to sit on them. They're for us to multiply. Right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll be traveling. I'll have to. Nothing is locked up. We're still in what, orange? I don't. I got
no clue.
Yeah, I don't really stay. We're still in red.
Still in red. Damn.
We're still in red. Yeah. So I don't. Thank you. I don't really keep myself abreast of those. As long as there's a space for me and my family to exist in this, and God continues to create that, then it's fine. Jay said once Carter went back for the grad paper, man. Yeah. Carter did. And a lot, a very many, Vince, I remember. He was late for a playoff game because he went to receive his diploma at Carolina. I remember that. That was the Raptor. That was a big controversy. He was because they were. I think it was a playoff game if I remember correctly, and he didn't start. He got there just before tip-off or something, but he was in Carolina, Chapel Hill, that afternoon getting his diploma. And he was He was criticized for it. However, that's definitely sending the right message. That's definitely sending the right message. And then you have. Yeah, I recall. Yeah, you and I are speaking the same language. Yeah, he promised his mom that's something that he would do, and then he did that. And it brings to mind. I was to switch speeds a little bit and switch sports. It brings to mind Jerome Bettis. I watched a documentary on him the other day on his Hall of Fame acceptance speech, and very humble man. And Jerome said that when he entered the NFL, he said that his dad told him straight. He said, "I ain't got much to offer you, but my good name." He says, "Don't screw it up." And that was just such a powerful moment, because his father has since passed, and in his induction into the Hall of Fame, he asked his dad rhetorically. He says, "How did I do, Pops? How did I do?" And it's just such a powerful thing, However, education, that's a, hey Marcus, how you doing? God bless you. Thanks for stopping in. Education is definitely the way to go. And so the fact that you conquered that hill, then the rest after that, it's easy. It's easy after that. Ball is the easy part, right? You were made to play the game. Hey CJ, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. God bless. Go carry the conversation. Let's talk some NBA, guys. I don't even know what's going on. What's going on in the NBA? Let's talk some NBA.
LeBron just got injured.
Did he?
Yeah.
What happened?
Sprained his left ankle.
Left ankle?
Yeah.
Not the right?
Was it the right or left? I don't know. I think it might have been the right because I think the guy fell on his right side. So yeah. Other than that, I don't really watch the NBA either.
Who's what are the standings, guys? Who's Def, Jordan, and Noah were made? Absolutely, Jay. Yeah, they were kind of built for this. What's the standings, man? Who's doing what?
I'm pretty sure Utah Jazz has the first seed right now.
They're the number one seed in the West.
Yeah.
And what's going on in the East?
I don't know, probably like 76ers.
Well, you got your phone. Pull up something for me.
It's over there.
Well, go grab this right there. Yeah, go grab. Pull up something for me, and let's talk some NBA.
Pass my phone, please, Rachel.
And okay, Jay, you back in the house. Oh, excellent. Let's talk Jordan for a minute. Okay. The last time Eric was here earlier, but he had to the Nets. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. The Nets. That's right. The Nets are because they KD, Kyrie, Harden, and I saw something the other day that Blake
Griffin is playing for them, but he only scored 2 points in 15 minutes last game.
So Blake is over there. So now they went from the big three to the big four.
Barely a big four. They played today at 9.
I don't know, man. I just it's so interesting. Okay, it's so interesting
Yeah,
that
the
these
76ers. That's what I thought.
76ers, then no 76ers, the Nets are a game behind the Sixers. And who's on the Sixers right now? Ben Simmons,
They just they all got all the same players. Embiid just got injured. I'm pretty sure though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he hyperextended his leg or something.
I mean, for me,
The Suns are in the 2nd seed. They got Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
well, there you go, right? And what happened to Paul? He will play better in the playoffs. Who we talking about? Griffin. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to Kawhi and Paul George? What happened to the Clippers? What all of us? I mean, this team was predicted to win the next like several championships once Kawhi decided to bounce from Toronto. I mean, it was a foregone conclusion that this, and now all of a sudden they're blowing the team up. What
They're not doing bad though. 28-16.
However, nobody's really pegging them. Nobody's really talking about them as being serious contenders anymore.
Yeah,
like Kawhi Leonard isn't mentioned in MVP conversations anymore. I mean, he's still the same player. So what happened? Because like 2 years ago, he was the best player in the league. What happened?
LeBron came back.
Or LeBron came back, or did public opinion shift? He should have stayed in Toronto. I felt that he should have stayed in Toronto as well.
Yeah, definitely.
However, yeah. You know, something really interesting happened the other day, Jay. You might remember this. I remember when the WWE was called the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation. Okay? And then they were taken to court. It was a class action lawsuit by the World Wildlife Fund, right? Because they said we've had that name longer, the WWF acronym, we've had that longer. And so WWF had to change to WWE, right? Now, right around the time that WWF changed its moniker to WWE, because when I was a child, we grew up thinking, this stuff this was real, dang it, like Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter would have the razor blades underneath his wristband, so at any moment he could cut his forehead because that guy would bleed in the ring. And wrestlers, there was an aspect of it that was real. However, it was just a show. I grew up watching guys like Sergeant Slaughter, Sheik Aldanan, LKC, Greg Gagne and the Killer Bees, Jumpin' Jim Bronzell, Hacksaw Dim, the Birdman, Coco Beware, Mean Gene Okerlund. Back then it was the AWA, right? So
You used to watch wrestling like that?
I mean, I'm a little black kid in Canada. Of course I watch wrestling, man. Come on now. My dad loved wrestling. He absolutely loved that. So yeah, I guess we connected on that a little bit, and we would watch wrestling. Yeah. I used to watch wrestling like that because again, back then it was real.
Okay.
And I mean, however, a certain aspect of it is real because the injuries and so on and so forth. However, it's a show. The thing is this, right? I said all that to say this. Right around the time they had to change their name, right? They were challenged because they were advertising that wrestling was a sport. And they were challenged again in court on that assertion. And what came out of that challenge is they went from being a sport to sport entertainment. Very important distinction. They went from calling themselves, and this is them self-identifying, they went from calling themselves a sport to sport entertainment. Because everybody now knows that wrestling is just entertainment. It's not, these are athletes, to be sure. However, they are not engaged in a, bless you. They're not engaged in a blood sport as they had previously claimed, right? They were forced to admit that it was just entertainment. And ever since then, and this happened, look it up, this happened, ever since then, they've referred to themselves as sports entertainment. Now, I heard a very interesting thing in the bubble last year. I think it was the game Jeff Van Gundy was the commentator. And he referred to basketball, and this is the first time I'd ever heard it, as sport entertainment. That distinction is very concerning to me, right? That distinction is very concerning because, I mean, people have been suggesting for years and years and years, people have been suggesting that there's an element that can be controlled when you're talking about the outcome of these games. You look at how the odd lines are set, you look at how the odds are manipulated in Vegas, you look at the betting, it is an industry. Right? Betting on professional sports is an absolute industry. I'm not saying yes or no. I don't have any inside information. I'm not privy to anyone or any more information than anyone else. In fact, you guys know more than me because I no longer watch basketball. I no longer watch professional sports. Any of it, football, basketball, none of it. However, I just thought it was very interesting that they made that distinction and are now referring themselves as sports entertainment. Thoughts? While you're taking some time to respond, I'll offer you this. Luka Doncic, skill-wise, is an elite level player. Elite. Next level, elite level player. His skill set is sublime. He does things with the basketball that are very aesthetically pleasing to watch. Having said that, the knock against Luka Doncic is pretty much the same knock against most European players. He's slow. Oh, yeah. It's all good, Jay. Thanks. I appreciate you. What I'd said was that the idea that basketball now calls itself sport entertainment, that coupled with the rumors, it doesn't sit well with me. Right? Now, Luka, his skill set is second to none. However, he's not a little bit lazy. He's a lot lazy. And you don't get lazy by it. It's like Joel Embiid. You can't be lazy and make it to the NBA. You can't. Mm-hmm. However, my thing is this: you look at a guy like the Joker, for instance, Nikola Jokic in Denver. Imagine if that guy ever got in shape. And I mean, obviously, he's an elite level NBA player. He's obviously in terrific shape. However, imagine if he ever got into like LaMarcus Aldridge shape. They're about the same size. Right? Imagine if he ever took his body that seriously and got into that type of shape with his skill set. And again, what's the knock against him? He's slow. European, he's slow. Like molasses, he's slow. Right? So back to Luka. Now, Luka is being hyped as the next face of the NBA. And skill-wise, like I can't argue his skill set. However, he's a defensive liability because he's slow and if he had to face, and Jay, you'll appreciate this, if he had to face defenses that rotated towards him the way that defenses used to rotate towards Kobe, no. And guys, let me know, because I mean, this is just my opinion, but I mean, I'm a student of the game. I watch, I observe, I study. No. If he had to face defenses the way Kobe faced defenses, no. Back to Thai wrestling. I love pro wrestling. In the ring is still good. The drama and show surrounding pro wrestling nowadays. Yeah, it's all that. I mean, you watch an episode of wrestling on TV, man. It's all soap opera. As for Luka, I mean, we seen slow before Paul Pierce, but Paul Pierce had the body to like, Paul Pierce was stronger, right? Like, how do you counter speed? How do you counter speed? Strength. That's how you counter speed, right? Because but back in the days remember back then you could hand check. So if the guy was faster than Paul, he just put a hand check on his hip. You can't hand check no more. Mm-hmm. You can't hand check no more. So Luka should be getting exposed for being as slow-footed as he is. But bless you, but he's not. What's up? Like, I mean, he's slow as molasses, and he's for a big guy, he's not very strong. You know, certainly stronger than me. Come on now. I'm just saying by NBA standards. By NBA standards, you know. And so what's really going on that this guy is so hyped as being an elite level player? Like, look at Tyler Hero, for instance. And I keep going back to this because again, this was in the fourth quarter of a playoff game in the bubble last year, and Tyler Yeah, but Kobe was a beast. Yeah, that's a given. However, nobody faced, not even Jordan faced defensive like Kobe, because defenses were much more sophisticated in Kobe's era than they were in Jordan's era. So not even Jordan faced defensive like Kobe, because, and I mean, Jordan had options. You could double team Jordan selectively, but you couldn't triple team him. Jordan never, I mean, unless he was going to the rim and to dunk the ball, then he might see a triple team collapse on him. But you couldn't triple team Jordan. He'd hit Pippen, or he'd hit B.J. Armstrong, or he'd hit John Paxson, or he'd hit Steve Kerr, or he'd hit who am I forgetting there? There's that slim black dude there. I can see him. Two B.J. Armstrong. I said there's a Hodges. He'd hit Craig Hodges. You know, I mean, that's 5 shooters like that. Jordan, 5 lights out shooters that Jordan played with throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
Right? That's 5 lights out shooters that Jordan had the privilege of playing with throughout his career. Now, you name me 2 lights out shooters that Kobe played with. I'll wait. See me blinking? See me sipping my tea? I'll wait. 2. No? Okay. Robert Horry. Fish was a situational shooter. Fish was a big game, big shot. Derek Fisher was a big game, big shot, situational shooter. I wouldn't say he was a lights out shooter. Sasha Vujacic, get out of here. Take that back right now. Take that back right now. Take that back. Sasha Vujacic, that guy was, thank you. No, too inconsistent. You can't call Sasha a lights out shooter. Come on now. He hit a shot here and there every once in a while. Absolutely. But you can't call him a lights out shooter. So yeah, if Luka now, I would actually now, as we were saying, Tyler Hero, 4th quarter in a playoff game, Jason Tatum is an all-NBA defender. And for whatever reason, he over pursues on this play. Tyler cuts back, goes to the rim from the top of the key, from the 3-point line. 4th quarter for playoff game in a tight contested game. And there's no defensive rotation. Tyler was able to get right to the front of the rim for a layup. I don't understand how we've come to the place where defenses are so poor now that in the 4th quarter of games, you regularly see teams getting layups, regularly see teams getting dunks. They wasn't like that back in. Kobe didn't have the best team. No, he never did. I knew I knew that would crack you. Facts. Vujacic and Sasha Vujacic. Go, Jordan. You're talking basketball.
Yeah, weird.
Wherever you want to go, man.
Weird. I more watch high school ball because it's something I can relate to. Yeah.
Like Winnipeg High School.
No. Like high school. High school's in America.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like J.D. Davidson. I mostly watch him.
Okay.
He got ups and he's got a good shot. Some Mikey Williams. And then I'm gonna start watching March Madness. It's Sweet 16.
I used to watch a lot of college ball. Like that was the.
I don't think Bronny's playing right now. I think COVID messed that up. I've been watching Jalen Green, though, too. Before he was in the G League, though. Because I haven't been seeing much of Bronny, like, whenever I look on YouTube. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't think he's playing right now.
It's so interesting. Entertainment. It's so interesting what...
Look on YouTube right now.
Okay. It's so interesting to me what passes as entertainment nowadays, right? For instance, I saw this video of this guy, and he's absolutely famous in China. He's a bodybuilder. He's a world class. I don't know if he's world class, but he's a bodybuilder and a model in China, and he's a very recognizable face. He's very famous, I guess, over on that side of the world, and I saw a video reel on Instagram or something of him, and it was just taking pictures of him getting dressed in a suit and tie and thing, and I mean he's massive, right? And then I saw another clip of him, same guy, and he was playing a packed auditorium, you know, like people everywhere, adoring fans, and it was just him, and he was just kind of wearing different, like I guess he would change outfits and do a little dance like this, and they're playing music, and let me finish this thought there, brother. I'll get on you. It was just so interesting to me because I mean, like this is what passes as entertainment now, because certainly, you know, he deserves some recognition for the work that he put into the gym, into his body. However, does he deserve to be famous and filthy rich because he put some... It's just so interesting what we tolerate as a society. It's just so interesting when you look at the people who are rich now and what they did to gain that. Well, for instance, you say Bob Marley. Like, I mean, we know why Bob is. You know, we know Bob's legacy. We know what he left this world, why we revere him so. However, this gentleman is probably more famous than Bob ever was because China is so populous. And what is his legacy? What did he leave the world? He developed his body. Address that for us. Read that for me quickly.
He was just talking about, I'd like to hear about Bob Marley a little. He was a huge part of my life, and I'm sure it's yours as well. Great thing my dad passed on to me was Bob Marley as a person, not just the music.
When I came to Canada, 1980, I think that was the year Bob got shot. Mr. Marley got shot, and 2 days later he went and still did a concert. And they asked him, they said that, why did you do that? And I saw an interview because I was already here in Canada, and he said that, to paraphrase, he says, the people that are doing evil in this world, he says, they're not taking any time off, so I can't take any time off either. Same year as your dad, eh? And I remember the civil unrest. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. God bless, rest in power. I remember come here, baby. I remember the civil unrest in Jamaica that year. I have a memory, and I because I remember when I got off the. Love you lots. Yes. When I bring it. When I got off the plane, I remember it was winter, so I think that summer came in 1980, yeah, and it was winter, November of 1980 that I got off the plane, and that summer I was still in Jamaica, and I remember there was civil unrest because I think it was an election year, and I remember there, like, you know, you sitting in the house and, you know, gunshot behind the house, something, pop, 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 rubber bullets or what, who knows, right? But I mean, gunshot in Jamaica was a regular thing in certain places, you know, so that wasn't even really a thing, and then all of a sudden I remember, you know, boop, 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 boop on the door, right? And like, like we live in a house that was recessed, you know, the gate was locked and it was recessed from the front street, and there's like, you know, Jamaica kind of different in that, like, you know, they have these high stone, 6-7 foot stone fence that wrap the property, you know, and so to get in, you know, and boop, boop, boop on the door, and I don't know if Miss Pam knew the guy or they were just in the same PMP party or something, but they say he was like, they might try to kill me on this, and so she let him in, and yeah, that was just my recollection of the civil unrest in Jamaica around that time. So this is Callie's project here, and she had to build a bridge. And this is what she come up with. This is what she been working on all day, and she built this. And I pretty much just think that that's just about the best bridge builder, the best built bridge. I mean, I would feel comfortable driving the family automobile across this. Mm-hmm. She did a spectacular job. All right, there you go, baby. Thank you for sharing that with us. Appreciate you so much.
I had to do something like that in grade 7.
Yeah, and I'm sure it didn't look nothing like
no,
that.
she did way better than me.
You know, so yeah, I mean, good night, sweetheart. Love you. I think that it's fair to say that, you know, Mr. Marley transcended music, right? You know, he was bigger than just music, right? I don't know where else you want to go, Bob. Yeah. Okay, I'll go here. I've just okay. 4Fs. This is my story. This is my life. This is how we manifest. I've tapped into the like frequency matters, frequency, vibration, and things like that. They matter as far as it pertains to creating overall wellness in the body. Right? There's a lot of studies that support this. And I found that my healing frequency is Bob Marley. I that album. If I'm running, whatever I'm doing, exercise, I have that. Good night, son. I have that on repeat, and it's kind of cool because I play it so often now. The kids are learning the lyrics, and every once in a while they'll be sitting there singing. They don't even realize they're singing, and I just sit there and chuckle to myself. So yeah, I get a kick out of that. So yeah, Bob is definitely still a big part of our lives. Bob was a big part of my life as a teenager too. Some things just they stand the test of time, and some people stand the test of time. And it makes you wonder. This fellow here that I referenced in Luka Doncic, for instance. How will he be remembered as an NBA player? No one knows. Certainly, he's an undeniable talent. I think it's odd that so much is being put into a player that's slow-footed and should be getting exposed on defense. And really, if you rotate, help towards him, slow-footed. Just my humble opinion. The game, they refer to themselves as sports entertainment now. So I think it's leaning towards just being entertainment. You look at all these athletes going and congregating and coming together and pretty much making their own super teams, and you know what I mean. That's entertainment. So yeah. Good night, son. Go, Jordan.
Okay. What can we talk about?
Not a good idea. Not going to end well.
Not. Talk about going to Y. Remember when we used to go to the Y? Those are some last year, 2 years ago. We would go to the Y. We would go pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Every weekend. Before, when I was on a weekend basis, we would go, and then we started going pretty regularly, and those workouts we would do, they were pretty tough. I definitely had my fair share of throwing up doing those.
Those were right. I remember. When we went to the downtown Y with Caden and Noah. Yeah, that was only one time that you threw up.
No.
Then with St. James Y. However, those workouts are nothing compared to what you're doing now. Those workouts are nothing compared to guaranteed.
You think? No.
Facts. Guaranteed.
No,
we could go to the Y tomorrow and you would do that workout and you would run through it.
That downtown workout.
I was just being mean.
That was okay. So you know that one was bad?
Yeah, that was. I shouldn't have put you guys through that. I was just. I was willing. I wanted to see what you guys would tolerate. So I was like, okay. I just kept pushing, and you guys just kept responding. So I just kept pushing. It was awesome. It was a great workout. Yeah. Downtown, they have the sled. They have the push sled. And
also, unlimited
the Jacobs,
speed.
Yes, the Jacobs ladder. Then that treadmill that generates your own speed that you can fall on your face. It's not powered. You decide how fast it goes. Yeah. So they would run on that for 30 seconds, then jump off.
30 seconds on a full sprint
it's a long time. Yeah. And then hit the sled and run the sled the 30. What was it about?
Both
10
ways,
meters.
20 yards.
No, 20 yards altogether. 10 one way, 10 back.
Yeah.
And then pick up the weighted bags and then go that way and come back. And then there was the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sick workout.
Yeah.
We didn't see Caden for a while after. So in retrospect, that wasn't the best way to approach that particular workout. He re-injured his foot, and we lost him for weeks after that.
Word.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but it was a great workout.
Yeah.
I just like to do things that, just do. As far as working out goes, just the idea, I think, is just keep moving. Mm-hmm. Keep moving. Whatever it is that you do, just keep moving. And if you do any one thing, So when I was incarcerated in 2015, you meet all kinds of people there. I met this fellow from Montreal, and he was incarcerated here for a time, but he was from Montreal. He says when he was incarcerated in Montreal, there's one guy in there, right? And I mean, he would always just smoke, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's just an average Joe guy, but he's really popular, and every weekend he would do all the cooking so that he could turn on the TVs on the different football games, right? That was their thing. And he says just one day, this guy decided that that's it. No more smoking, no more nothing. Time to get in shape. And he had a space of maybe 5 feet by 5 feet, and he just started running lines and doing push-ups. Running lines and doing push-ups ain't nothing like a jailhouse workout. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
If you do anything with consistency and repeated repetition, I mean, working out is just keep moving. If you're walking, if you're running, it just move. Get up and move, because it produces those endorphins that help to keep us happy. Right? Exercise is vitally important. Vitally important. So yeah, I mean, let's wrap.
Word. I had actually one more thing I want to say. Just
Go.
Quickly.
Quickly, slowly.
Yeah. We had a new guy in the group chat. He wasn't a new guy, but he just in our basketball group chat is Stanley there.
Okay.
But he just doesn't talk much. You don't really see him once. I've seen him like once before, but he came a couple days ago when I went, right? And he hasn't seen me in a while. I haven't seen him in a while. But the last time I played with him, probably like a year or a year and a half. So there was definitely a lot of development between that time, right?
Facts.
And so we were playing fours, and I was on a fast break. And everyone knows there that me and Noah, you have to stop us before we get to the rim.
Yeah, 6'8", 6'6". Yeah, stop you guys before you get to the rim. Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess he just wasn't thinking that. And he
Did he jump?
Oh yeah, he jumped with me. I picked up the ball. I was so I was running on the fast break, and I was like, damn, he's playing pretty far back. And then he was like waiting. I was like, is he gonna try and jump with me? This guy's like 6'1" maybe. Doesn't look like he's been in active recently during COVID.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He got.
But I don't know what the heck he was thinking, man.
He got hurt, man. He got hurt.
On his head, I went up. I like grabbed the ball from the 3-point line around 2 steps, just one hand. Oh, I just threw down on him bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So he got in your poster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's too bad. It's unfortunate. I wasn't there to see that. However, I want to talk about you got dunked on.
At Gordon.
At
Gordon.
No, was it Dakota?
Yeah, it was.
It was at Dakota.
Yeah.
Because remember we went over there to play with Daniel?
Yeah.
It was at Dakota last summer. Mm-hmm. Right? And that guy has stupid ups though. He's got crazy ups.
I found out.
No, and that's why I wanted to. This is the only reason why I brought it up, is to tell you that you didn't get dunked on because he outjumped you. You got dunked on because he outquicked you. He got to the front of the rim before you did. And then he just put it down. By the time you...
Well, what happened was they had a fast break, and I got the tip on the ball, remember? And then, so as I'm coming down, he's coming down the court, so I had to turn around and then...
No, you were set up. You were set up. He crushed on your head. You jumped late. That's all it was. You just jumped. He outquicked you. He got to his point, his high point, before you did. That's all. I've been meaning to tell you that, from then. You know what I mean? However, it just came back to me now, so I'm glad I had an opportunity to tell you that. It's not that strictly speaking, especially then, yes, he was going to be jumping higher than you. Yeah. However, you only need to jump so high. You only need to get to the front of the rim. Yeah. You don't need to be able to get. You don't need to jump as high as he does. You just need to protect the rim. So it's all about timing. So yeah, he outquicked you. That's all that was. All right, that's dope. Thanks for being back in the cut with us, Jordie. We appreciate you. Those of you that stopped in, we appreciate you guys stopping in and saying hello. This has been another episode of Real Talk Basketball Diaries with GQ Jordie. I'm here for us with some family, faith, family, food, and fitness. God bless.